Welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name is Nick. Welcome back to the weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast. Adam, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. You good self?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah?
I am good.
Why? What's so good about you?
It's just, I'm here, doing life,
Yeah?
and it's going all right,
Good. I'm
I
glad.
think.
Good.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. I've had a week off, so...
Amazing.
Well, I'm in the midst of a week off, so that's really nice.
Yeah? Sun's out
Sun's out, guns out.
for the first time today.
Yeah, I mean,
At
it's been...
night.
You can't do anything outside because you can't decide if it's going to rain or not.
It
so
always rains. Always
I
raining.
had some plans to do some work in the garden, but I've ended up doing some work in the house instead.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, it's been nice. It's been a nice week. I went horse racing on Monday.
Yes?
That was good fun.
Did you stay on?
I didn't beat the horse. I came home with more money than I went with. Surely that's anybody's
I think
mission when they go horse racing.
that is a measure of success, surely.
Yeah. The first time I'd ever really been to a horse racing thing. It was quite good
Okay.
fun.
Yeah, I've been to a couple, but a long time ago.
Yeah. It was all right. Good day
Good.
out. Good day out for all the family.
Was there posh people there?
No. It was a family day.
Okay.
So, and it was...
Not top hats and tails and that sort of thing.
No. There was a bit of that. Later on in the day, there was a bit of that. But no, it was mostly families with children.
Okay.
And you know my feelings on that.
Got somewhere to go, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. But it was all right. It was good fun.
Cool.
Different. Something different. What about you? Been up to much?
I took my eldest daughter to the driving range yesterday. That was
Nice.
quite fun.
Was she any good?
Yeah, she was all right because she'd never touched a golf club before. Yeah, it was a good laugh.
Good.
Yeah.
That sounds fun, actually.
Yeah, and they'd done half of it all out with all like computerized, like a bit like when you had your smart dartboard,
Yes.
a smart driving range.
Oh, right. Okay.
Where you,
So you
it
could
can,
knew how far you were travelling.
yeah,
hitting them and stuff.
but there's also like that bonus level on Street Fighter where you have to like beat up that car.
Yeah.
There's like a game like that where how far your ball goes and it lands on the screen on a load of cars that
Oh, really?
slowly
Something different.
break off and stuff like that. So, I know. Well, makes golf more fun, I suppose.
Anything that makes golf more fun. But she enjoyed it.
yeah, I think
That's
so.
the main thing.
Good. What should we do? Should we mention last week's movie first?
Yeah, why not?
Last week on our movie show, we watched Security,
We did, indeed.
which I think we both thoroughly enjoyed.
Yes.
A real hidden gem.
Got into the top 5 in the stream table, which
Yeah.
this late in the season is a big deal.
It's an Antonio Banderas starring action movie.
It is, indeed.
Mall cops versus drugs cartel.
Yeah, it was just a big fight in a mall.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was a lot of fun.
It was.
Like all
Silly
out fun.
Silly little action movie.
Yeah.
Good fun.
Really enjoyed it.
Came 5th in the stream table.
Yeah.
And we're late in.
Sitting fifth. How many have we got left? Four left?
4 more, including this week's, yeah.
Wow. Is anyone gonna take the top spot from the lost patient?
We've still got 1 wild card left to go as well.
There you
It's
go.
got to be played pretty soon. Right, I've got a question of the week for you.
Lovely.
My question is a simple one.
That's all I can cope with tonight, so that's good.
A new Mount Rushmore has been commissioned,
Okay.
and they've asked you to decide who goes on it.
Fine.
The question is simple. Who goes on it?
Okay. So obviously myself.
Fair.
No, I won't put me on it. So is this just anyone?
They've left it up to you.
It doesn't have to be
Yes.
like
The people who are building it have left
people
it up
from
to
this
you.
country or
No.
any. I can literally go anywhere.
You can.
Okay.
It's solely your decision. But this thing is going to be...
So I got to think, do I want to attack this from like people that I admire personally,
Yeah.
or do I want to, or does it need to mean something to a wider audience?
This is the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is
Like-
the responsibility that sits upon your shoulders because this is going to be here for the rest of eternity.
Would someone like, I don't know, have to put like Mother Teresa or somewhere up there?
Maybe.
That
Maybe.
feels a bit less fun though, doesn't it?
This is going to outlive humanity, you
Yeah,
think.
exactly.
It's going to be here longer than we are. One of the last reminders of that we were here in the first place.
Right, so definitely Meghan Markle,
Okay.
because that is going to piss so many people off.
Would.
So she's going first.
First.
Yeah.
Boom.
Most
prominent.
leftmost as you look at it.
Okay.
So Meghan Markle. I'm thinking. Who would you rather have? I think it can only be one of these guys because they're kind of from a similar time frame. Would you rather have MC Hammer or Vanilla Ice?
That's a good question. I think maybe MC Hammer's more prominent.
Scratch that.
Oh, okay.
Get rid of
Get
it.
rid of both of them.
We're having Timmy Mallet
Timmy Mallet, good shout.
with Mallet.
With Mallet.
Yeah.
Is that the third
No, no.
face? Okay.
They're the second face.
I once spoke to Timmy Mallet on the phone.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It's as good a reason as any.
Yeah.
Then we will have. We probably need someone who has contributed something proper to the world.
Timmy Mallet. Can you give us Mallet's Mallet?
I like the thought of all our non-UK people desperately Googling Timmy Mallet.
And finding what they will find. He was a children's TV presenter from the 80s.
Noah Centineo.
Right. Good shout.
For the Netflix link.
Good shout. I like that.
And
Looks like he's chiseled out of granite anyway.
yeah, exactly. And then I know I attempted to go with Nicolas Cage, but that feels a bit
It feels a bit on the nose.
yeah, it feels a bit obvious. Who would be number 4? This is interesting.
So you've got Meghan Markle,
Yeah,
Timmy Mallet.
yeah.
Who's your third?
Noah Centineo.
Noah Centineo. I feel like you need another female to round it
Yeah,
out.
you're probably right. Maybe Gillian Anderson.
Oh, good shout.
She's just awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be her, or I think it would be her. I think she'd be my 4th.
Gillian Anderson.
Yeah,
Meghan Markle, Timmy Mallet, Noah Centineo, Gillian Anderson.
yeah.
I'm up for that. That's great.
What about you?
Oh,
You don't have to do all 4 if you don't. Well, who are your contenders?
Ross, Sam, Jordan, and Alex.
Okay,
Our 4 patrons.
lovely. Yeah, the bottom of the stream,
The bottom of the stream.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, at the bottom of a stream. We'd build it underneath a stream
Oh yeah, yeah. So people would have to go in a submarine
to see it.
to view it.
Yeah.
We'll do Mount Rushmore, but we'll do it at the bottom of like the Mariana Trench.
Yeah. Somebody's got to sculpt it underwater.
Yeah,
I like it.
that's very on brand.
If I'm going to just give 4 names that come into my head straight away. The first 4 names that come into my head.
Okay.
Paul Chuckle,
Right.
Terry Wogan, Clive James. No other names are coming into my head.
You've gone very British and 80s there.
Haven't I?
You're,
What's wrong with my brain?
your mind's on a certain wavelength there.
Drew Carey.
Okay. Right.
Those are just the first 4 names that came into my head. That was
Right.
weird.
Okay.
Good question though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I had fun with that. I have got another
Maybe
one as well,
you'd
but
want to
I'd
do it
say
as a theme if you were doing it properly. Like, would you do
like
sports people?
Yeah.
Or actors or
yeah,
horses?
wrestlers.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Pick a theme. But then I quite just like the randomness of
I
Gillian
think
Anderson
just,
and Meghan Markle sandwiching Noah Centineo and
Timmy
Timmy
Mallet.
Mallet.
I love that Timmy Mallet's on there. He's a brilliant artist now. Have you seen?
Is he?
Yeah. He recently did like a bike tour.
I did
around
see
the
a
UK.
couple. Funnily
Did you see
enough, I
that?
did see a couple of his
And he's
biking
done
videos.
some
yeah.
paintings whilst he's been doing it.
Okay.
I want to try and get an original mallet.
I saw
But
one
they're
where
quite
he was
expensive.
talking about the differences in. This is the most boring thing. He was talking about the differences in the tarmac between Northern and Southern Ireland, where he crossed
Oh,
over the
really?
border.
Wow. What a fascinating chap.
So yeah.
Did you used to enjoy Wackaday, it was called, wasn't it?
It
It's a
was,
TV
yeah.
show. You did used to enjoy Wackaday when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Anyway, good. Right. Should we do some Netflix news? Get
Yeah,
back
let's
on
do
the
that. So
on the bandwagon.
let's do some news. of the week. And let's start with Netflix news. And let us start with I suppose, a double news story in terms of the third Knives Out movie,
Okay.
which has officially been announced this week as the Ryan Johnson announced the title, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
Wake Up Dead Man.
Yes.
Nice.
He says it will go into production soon with a release in 2025. Obviously, no plot details yet, but we do have our first cast announcements.
Okay.
Clearly, Daniel Craig will return.
Yes.
He will be joined by, amongst others, Andrew Scott.
All right.
I
like Andrew Scott.
Yeah, 100%. And Andrew Scott and Josh O'Connor
Oh, yeah. Okay.
from The Crown. Callie Spaney, who is, I think, up in one of the upcoming Alien reboots.
All right. Okay.
So very much a trendy cast, I would say.
Yeah, very much so.
Do you think we'll see that at Christmas again, like the first sequel on Netflix? Maybe the end of next year.
Next year feels about right, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
What are your general thoughts on the Knives Out movies?
I really enjoyed the first one. I thought the second one was fun. Just keep going with them.
Yeah.
You've got nothing to lose, have you?
No, I do remember really liking the first one. I was fine with the second
Yeah.
one. It didn't quite
It wasn't the same.
rebottle
Was
the
it?
lightning.
It
I
was,
didn't.
no, it was different. It's very different.
Maybe a bit too long,
Yeah.
if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I think you're right. Cool. Okay. We'll keep our eye on if we get any more. We'll definitely get more cast.
It'll be a
announcements on
huge
that.
cast.
Yeah, it will. All-star lineup.
Netflix this week has also released its second engagement report.
Oh, okay. We're getting this every 6 months now, aren't we?
Yes, so this basically covers the viewership from July to December 2023. And there are, I do have a copy if we want to have a look at it, but a few of the headlines. Lupin generated nearly 100 million views in the second half of 2023.
Okay.
That was chiefly from the third part being released, but also people going back and rewatching the first two parts. Netflix has pulled. This is very much from Netflix's news site. They have pulled out The Witcher, Virgin River, The Crown as some of their high performers. 76 million views for The Witcher, 69 million. Nice for Virgin River, 50 million for The Crown. Heartstopper, they also pointed out 24 million.
Okay.
All loved by fans, according to them.
Definitely.
They also pointed out that Wednesday, Red Notice and Squid Game continued to bring in millions of views long after they premiered.
Well, they're like the three biggest things that have ever been on Netflix, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah. Highlighted One Piece.
Great show.
72 million views. And Squid Game The Challenge, which had 33 million views of its own, but also increased viewership for Squid Game by 34%
Wow.
in the last 6 months.
Wow, that's
compared to
crazy.
Previous.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Netflix also said that in terms of non-English shows, 9% of all views were Korean shows,
Yeah.
7% were Spanish shows
Okay.
or movies, and 5% were Japanese language stories.
You got to think Squid Game is going to be the big thing for that Korean one.
You would have thought so, wouldn't you? Yeah. Overall, people watched 90 billion hours of Netflix
90 billion.
in the second half of 2023.
Wow.
183 billion in all of 2023.
Jeez. That's a lot of billions.
Yes. Leave the World Behind was the biggest viewed new movie of the year and ended up 5th most popular all time to date, with Leo coming in as the biggest animated Netflix film of all time to date. That was the Adam Sandler Iguana one.
It was indeed.
As you would expect, they are touting the success of sports,
Oh, obviously.
given their upcoming investment, saying that sports accounted for 184 million views. Particularly highlighted the Beckham documentary,
Oh, yeah.
$44 million. And quarterback, $13 million.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, look, there's so many ways you can slice and dice this info.
Yeah, you can break it down all over the place.
But it's all there. You can go and download the viewing report if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty.
Let's do it.
It's there. Go and look for it.
Cool, I will do that.
Excellent. Our old friend, Ted Sarandos,
Oh, yeah.
has been talking this week. He has done an interview with the New York Times.
Right.
And he has put his faith in humans.
Oh, good.
He said that he doubts AI will ever fully replace Hollywood professions such as screenwriters.
Yeah, I don't think he's right.
He said, I have more faith in humans than that. I really do. I don't believe that an AI program is going to write a better screenplay than a great writer, or replace a great performance, or that we won't be able to tell the difference. AI is not going to take your job. The person who uses AI well might take your job. He, further in the interview, talked about it as just a new tool, an advancement for creatives to use.
Yeah, you've just got to use it as a add-on to something, haven't you? You just use it sparingly for what we need it for.
Yeah, he compares it to volume and sound stages haven't replaced on-location shootings.
Yeah.
For example, AI should be a tool to help people do their jobs better, more efficiently and more effectively. And in the best case, to put things on screen that would have been impossible to do before. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I think James Cameron said something similar
Oh, did he?
about, last year about, AI won't be able to write an Oscar-winning script.
It won't. Yet.
News this week that Mike Tyson was taken ill
Oh, no.
on
okay?
a cross-country flight just few weeks before, obviously, the big Netflix boxing debut with Tyson against Jake Paul. Apparently, his stomach ulcer flared up on the flight
Oh, no.
from Miami to Los Angeles. He became nauseous and dizzy 30 minutes before landing, but is appreciative of the medical staff that were there to help him, and his representative said that he is now feeling great. I mean, I'm no boxing expert, but it doesn't feel ideal 3 weeks before you're doing a boxing match.
No, it doesn't. But then, it's not a real boxing match.
Oh, it's a bit further away than I thought. It's July, not June. So
Oh, is it?
6 weeks.
Okay. It just gives him an excuse to lose now. As simple as that.
I mean,
Which he will.
if it's a real fight,
It's not.
no, I know. But it's like Jake Paul knows where to aim now.
Exactly. And that's what he'll do, and that's how he'll win. Simple. None of this is real, Nick.
He's going to take the dive.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder, because I've just been reminded and had forgotten,
Yeah.
that's taking place in Cowboy Stadium.
Yes. Massive, great big
That is
stadium.
I would like to see the ticket sales, please.
I'm sure at some point you probably can.
You don't even need the whole, because obviously you can fit more people on the floor. It's like 100,000 people you can fit in there.
Yeah, probably.
Jesus Christ. That's not happening, is it?
No.
Okay. YouTube news.
YouTube news.
So, YouTube have announced this week that they are moving into the world of games.
Funnily enough, I was on YouTube the other day and I got hit with a load of games.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, that's because they have been testing a new feature on their website and mobile app.
Okay.
It is called Playables, and it gives people access to currently more than 75 free games.
Right.
So I'm presuming 76. And they will be shortly expanding this test globally. Prominent games that are included are apparently Angry Birds Showdown, Cut the Rope, and Trivia Crack.
Trivia crack.
Yes. So YouTube is joining Netflix as a non-gaming service offering games.
It's just
If
about
you're offering games, you become a gaming service, surely.
Yeah, you do. It's just about keeping people on websites, isn't it?
Yes, I think so.
Keep you there
so.
longer.
It's YouTube. It's just going to be the start of things, isn't it?
Yeah. Everybody's giving games away.
Yeah.
Who's going to make money from games at some point? Nobody.
But I guess your independent game developers, they're just getting that money up front, aren't they? If
I guess so.
Disney
YouTube are
come
just-
and do it next year or whatever.
Yeah, YouTube are just buying games and putting them on their
Yeah.
website rather than getting per
'Cause
sale.
all Netflix and YouTube are doing is saying, well, hang on. You're not getting a percentage of the download.
No, we'll
That's
just
risk.
Buy the game from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a X amount.
We just want to keep
We're
people
putting
on
it
our
on
website or on our app or using our service for longer.
So YouTube have followed in Netflix's footsteps there.
Yeah, I did notice on the other day when I was on YouTube that a load of games popped up at me.
Retirement news.
Somebody's retiring.
Yes.
Okay.
And it is someone we are quite familiar with
Oh.
on this show because he was the star of the first ever movie
He was.
we did on this show, and that is Dylan Minnette.
Yes.
More known for 13 Reasons Why on Netflix.
Yes,
As
absolutely.
opposed to The Open
The
House.
Open House, which is a Netflix original, to be fair.
He
I think
has.
He was also in the latest Scream movie.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, he has retired
Oh, okay.
to concentrate on his music career.
He was also in Lost,
Was he?
Dylan Minnette. He played Jack's young son in the
Okay.
later series when Jack had a son. That was Dylan Minnette.
Oh, right. I might have known that. And then forgotten
I
it.
think it was probably one of the first facts I ever gave out on this show.
He's putting his acting career on hold because he is pursuing his music career with his band Wallows.
Oh, okay. Didn't even know he was in a band.
He did an interview this week saying, I was fortunate to find success in acting. I was on 13 Reasons Why and it was really popular and reached a peak in what I have had in acting. But it started to feel like a bit of a job. It was always fun for me, always inspiring, but then it started to feel like a job. I'm in a position now where I can do this music for a while and get it the farthest it can be. I want to put 100% of my time and energy into it and take it very seriously.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Good for him.
I don't know what musical genre Wallows are.
I
or
think
what
they're gonna
instrument
be-
he plays or sings.
I think they're going to be like a moody, emo-y rock
What
band.
was Jared Leto's band?
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Just,
I'm purely going on this
A bit.
photo of Dylan Minnette that's on this screen. And I don't really know why. Maybe
Bit
we'll check
sort
them
of-
out. Maybe we should do some music reviews.
Yeah,
at
why
some
not?
point.
it's all middle of the road type stuff.
Yeah. Good for him. If he's able to do that with his money, then that's good for him.
Sure.
Next.
Let's talk cinema news.
Okay.
And it was bank holiday weekend here in the
It was,
UK, but it was
yeah.
also over in the States, Memorial Day.
It was.
And news reaches us that this is the lowest box office figures for this holiday weekend in the States in nearly 20 years.
Wow.
And obviously led by the release of Furiosa,
Okay.
the new Mad Max franchise movie.
Yeah.
It brought in $32 million over the long weekend in the States.
Wow.
And,
Not a lot.
well, it was expected to do between 40 to 50. So
Okay.
it came in under projections. And it's the worst figures on Memorial Day since 1995, when Casper
Oh.
led
Okay.
the way.
I don't want to startle you, Nick, but that's nearly 30 years ago, not
Oh, yeah.
20.
You're right. I can't do maths. Yeah. What's happening with cinema? No one went to see The Fall Guy.
No.
No one's gone to see Mad Max.
No.
What's going to save cinema?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I haven't been to cinema for ages.
Yeah.
I'm still paying for this card every month and I'm not getting my money's worth. I just haven't got time. But I don't know. What is going to save cinema? It's a good question. There doesn't seem to be a lot out there at the minute, does there?
Will it be? Is it all down to Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman?
Maybe this year.
What happens if that fails?
I don't know.
Or performs under expectations,
It will perform under expectations.
but
yeah,
because
genuinely don't know.
Marvel can't trot out the excuse of their lesser known characters
they
or woe betide they're women.
yeah. This is two big stars doing big characters in a big movie.
Yeah.
The Deadpool movies have always done well traditionally. But
Yes.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It worries me.
Well, we'll find out in a month or so.
Yeah, we will.
But that's, again, the Furiosa movie has had good reviews.
Yeah.
As did The Fall Guy. And
I mean-
it just doesn't seem to have...
I haven't seen either of
Struck.
them. I do want to see the Fall Guy. I'm not fussed about Furiosa. I don't
Okay.
think. I think that franchise is kind of dead on its toes. Is that the phrase?
No, but that's fine.
What's the phrase?
Dead on Arrival.
Dead on arrival. Dead on its feet. I don't know.
Yeah, that'll do.
Next.
Someone who might save cinema
Okay.
is Steven Spielberg.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
if anybody can.
He knows a thing or
Yeah.
three. And it has been confirmed this week that he is going all in on a new event movie.
Right.
We mentioned a few weeks ago that it was rumored he was taking on a new sci-fi movie,
Yeah.
something to do with UFOs, and this is apparently, according to Variety, the project that he is moving forward on. He will work with David Koepp, who wrote Jurassic Park, War of the Worlds, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull,
Right.
all Spielberg movies, and this movie even has a release date. It's 15th of May 2026.
Oh, a couple of years away.
Yes.
Hopefully, cinemas are still a thing by then.
Which basically puts it in the same time frame as Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, which isn't called that anymore. But
No.
and we're not even sure if that's happening. But it might not. So
It'll
yeah,
happen. It just might not be called that.
Spielberg is getting back in the saddle.
Good, considering he retired a couple of years ago. That's good for him.
I mean, that's less so War of the Worlds, which we've talked about before.
And,
But
and Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the
no,
Crystal.
I'm talking about his Alien movies.
Oh, okay.
Close Encounters, E.T.
Yeah,
You know, that's
both great movies.
something to live up to.
Yeah, he's got a kind of... If Spielberg's going to do an Alien movie, he's got to stay in that sort of family
Do you think so?
movie area.
Yeah.
Surely. He's not going to do like a horror movie, is he?
No. He's bringing back that sort of Amblin feel.
Yeah. E.T.
Feel
too.
like it could have been made in the 80s.
Yeah. That's what will save cinema.
Try it. See if
Just
you can nail
remake
it.
stuff from the 80s. E.T. 2.
There was a script for that, and he never made it. They just never
Really?
made it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay, a couple more bits of news to finish this off. So, I mean, A24, what, just churning
Just
out the
non-stop,
movies.
isn't it?
Yeah. The studio of choice, they have revealed that they are working on a new romantic comedy
Okay.
called Eternity.
Right.
Variety is reporting that Eternity will star Miles Teller,
Yep.
Elizabeth Olsen,
Okay.
Callum Turner, and the newly signed Divine Joy Randolph,
Oh, awesome. She's great.
Oscar winner,
Yes.
no less. It is described as a romantic comedy in which characters must decide who they want to spend eternity with.
Oh, okay. So it's like a post-death rom-com. Maybe.
Possibly. This is formerly a screenplay that was on the blacklist a
Okay.
couple of years ago and written by Patrick Kinane, who is best known for writing Designated Survivor,
Great show. Kiefer
which starred
Sutherland,
Kiefer
wasn't
Sutherland. Yes. Olsen and Teller will also serve as executive producers, and production starts this summer.
Right. Okay.
Another in the long list of A24
Yeah, I feel like
movies.
you're just going to They're who will save cinema.
Maybe. What, just on volume?
Just on volume. They'll just keep churning films out.
And the final piece of news. Not James Bond, Aaron Taylor Johnson has signed up to not be James Bond in a new heist thriller
Right.
called Fuse,
Fuse.
except it's spelt with a Z.
Fuse.
Yeah.
Okay.
He will be joined by Theo James, who you may recognise. He's been the leading man in The Gentleman TV series on
Yes.
Netflix. It is going to be directed by David Mackenzie, who is behind Hell or High Water, and the synopsis says that Fuse opens on the discovery of an unexploded World War II bomb on a London construction site. This sparks a mass evacuation, but is also the perfect cover for a heist.
Oh, get everybody out and rob everything while everyone's out. I like
Filming begins in July.
Why is it called Fuse with a Z?
No one seems to know.
Okay.
But
Good cast though.
wow, yeah, two pretty hot leading men.
Very
Something
hot.
for the ladies and the gentlemen.
Yeah.
That's all the news.
Sweet. Good news. Well done. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've only really watched one thing.
Okay.
I watched a documentary on Netflix.
All right.
I don't know if you've watched this
Usually
one.
my thing.
Yeah, it is. I've watched The Pez Outlaw.
I have watched it. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is good. It was really touching.
Yeah, it was.
Because, so basically, it's about this guy who starts collecting cereal boxes
Yep.
and then ends up taking on Big Pez
Yeah.
because he finds a loophole in which he is able to import rare and, European Pez dispensers,
Yeah.
which they do not have in the States.
No.
And he exploits the Pez market, sells them, doesn't he, at
Yeah.
conventions and stuff. And he's pulled the wool over Big Pez's eyes
Big Pez.
until they just shut him out.
Yeah, just shut him
Cut
down.
off they go to the European factories, cut off his supply, undercut him on prices. But then it turns out that he just loves his wife and he was doing it all for his family. And they're like two pensioners who just madly love each other still
Yeah.
and do full on
So
snobs
it is
and stuff.
It is a really heartwarming show.
Yeah.
What made you watch that?
I just thought,
It's a
fancy a
couple of years old now,
documentary.
isn't it? Couple of
Yeah,
years
a
old?
couple of years old. I think it'd been on my list for a while. I really enjoyed it.
Good.
Yeah.
It is really good. I remember really enjoying it when I watched it.
How about you?
I have watched a couple of things this week. I've watched the first 2 episodes of A Man in Full,
All right.
which is the Jeff Daniels show, where
Yeah.
he's basically being Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's really good so far. I'm quite enjoying it.
Cool.
My only problem with it is that all of the characters in it are really not likable.
Right.
Even the people you're supposed to like
Oh, okay.
are not very
I was going
likable.
to say, is it by design?
For the majority of them, it's by design, obviously, because you're not supposed to like Jeff Daniels' character, but nobody's really likable in it.
Right.
So I don't know if that will become a problem, or because there are very successful shows out there with not likable characters.
Sure.
So, but I just thought whilst I was watching the second one, I was like, I don't really care about any of these people.
Okay.
But hey, I'm quite enjoying it. He's playing it really well. He's definitely being Donald Trump.
How is Jeff Daniels, isn't it?
Really good. He's wearing a fat suit, I think, unless he's put on a lot of weight.
Okay.
He's got this really slick southern drawl,
Right.
and he's just shouts at everybody. He's not a very happy man. He's basically playing a billionaire businessman who is got into problems with a bank, and he owes them $800 million,
Right.
and they're trying to foreclose on him. But obviously, he's quite a big deal, and he doesn't want them to foreclose on him, and he's trying to give them options. But the guy at the bank is determined he's going to bring this man down, and it's basically a war between these two people.
It's amazing, isn't it? How many that sort of, I'm putting billionaire in inverted commas who actually doesn't have any money.
Yeah, that's what he is. Yeah, he's a billionaire that's got no money. It's all assets, businesses and houses
That probably don't exist.
Yeah, basically. He's basically is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And I've also watched a couple of films. I watched 2 films over the weekend.
Oh, nice.
I've taken the 7-day trial for Shudder.
Oh, how's that?
It's all right. So I've only watched one thing so far. And I watched a film called Late Night with the Devil.
Okay.
Heard of this?
I think I have heard of it, yeah.
It's good. I can't remember the guy's name.
Is it David Dastmalchian?
Yes,
Dastmalchian.
it is that.
Yeah.
Well done.
Because I'm aware of this movie.
It's basically it's a parody of a 1970s late night chat show, like Letterman or Leno. And it's Halloween night, and it's also the first night of the what do they call it when they're trying to sell their show for the next year?
Upfront.
Upfronts. It's the first night of the upfronts, and they have because it's Halloween night. They have people who can talk to the devil, to the dead, and mediums, that sort of people on as guests. And all sorts of shit goes crazy, and eventually the devil turns up on the show.
Okay.
And it's a horror movie, and it is pretty scary. So I will put it out there that it is. I don't usually I guess you'd put it as an exorcism movie because it's people are possessed on it. But it's a really good setting to do it on a live TV chat show. And the guy, David Dastmalchian, he plays a really good part of this late night TV host.
Cool.
Yeah, I'd really recommend
I've heard a
it
few
if
good
you've
things.
got,
That's come up a few times over the last couple of weeks.
if you can get Shudder is free for the first 7 days. So if you can get it for 7 days, check it out. It's really good. And then I watched Civil War,
Oh, yes.
which is an A24 movie as well. It's about what happens if America was to go into a civil war.
Alex Garland's movie.
Yes, it is. Texas, California, and Florida have joined forces to try and take over the United States and defeat the president. But the film follows 4 journalists. So they're on the front lines with the armies, obviously, but they're trying to get to all the different war zones around the country and eventually get to the president. And their mission is to interview the president before he gets... Because at some point they know he's going to get taken. Mm-hmm. So it's to get to him before he gets killed, basically.
Did you enjoy it? I've heard
I loved it. I thought it was really good. It's just a good little war movie. It's just a war movie set in America.
Yes.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed it. I thought it was really good fun. I would highly recommend it when it comes onto streaming at some point.
Brilliant.
Which I'm sure it will.
I'm sure it will.
I think that's it. I think that's all I've watched this week.
Interesting.
I don't think I've watched anything else. It's been a bit of a crazy week. Because when you're not at work, do you often think, how do I find time to go to work?
Yes, 100%.
It's
Having this
I haven't
long
sat down
weekend.
all week.
Yeah.
And it's like Thursday tomorrow. Yeah. It's like, how do I have a life?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, other than that, I haven't
It always
really
makes me
done
think I'd have no problem when I retire in the very
absolutely.
distant future.
Yeah, very distant. Another 40 years.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be too old to do anything by the time I retire.
Absolutely. What do you want to do now? Do you want to do the games or do you want to go through the top 10s?
I think we should do our game segment.
I agree.
Caught in the Net.
Caught in the Net is back for week 2.
Yes. You chose this week.
I did choose this week. Well, technically I stole it from Ross Cook.
So, just as a reminder, this is our new feature where we are trying a different Netflix game every week.
Yeah, there's games on Netflix, you know.
There are.
And there's 90-something of them
There
now.
is.
And yeah, so they're all free with your subscription.
Yes.
There's no in-app purchases or anything like that. You can just download them and play them to your heart's content.
You sure can.
So this week I picked a game called Before Your Eyes.
You did.
Which is it's got a bit of a gimmick to it. So
Yes.
the narrative only moves forward when you blink.
Yeah.
The camera on your phone tracks your eyes and it only moves forward when you blink.
You've still got to point your little cursor, haven't you, at the
you have to
the icon.
kind of point at the blink icon and then
Blink.
or
don't
blink.
In some...
Or at some point, just
points.
shut your eyes.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really effective. It's quite sad. It's quite a sad story, I thought.
Yeah, so this is, I think for me, very much a game of two halves.
Yeah, I think so. It did take a little while to get going.
But once it all...
It's quite short.
Once it all kind of... Yes, because I completed it.
I've completed it as well.
Yeah.
I finished it as well.
We both finished it.
Yeah.
I played it in 2 parts.
Yeah.
Basically.
Same. I've done 2 sessions on it.
And it's all about the story, isn't it?
Yeah, it's basically a narrative.
The gimmick isn't that...
You can't affect what's happening in the story. You can affect how much of the story you see.
Yes.
Because if... Basically, once there's a little metronome that comes on at the bottom of the screen whilst the story's going on. But if you blink while that metronome's on the screen, that scene ends and you skip forward in time. So you can control how much of each scene you see. And sometimes it's frustrating if you blink by mistake when you're watching something going on.
But if you read the pitch, the synopsis for this game, it's like, every time you blink, you might move. Sometimes you might move forward a few minutes. Sometimes you might move forward
a few years,
hours, years. It's not that. It's linear. It's totally linear.
It's totally linear. Yeah, it's just a story.
Yeah.
You will miss bits of the story if you blink straight away. As soon as the metronome comes on, you blink. You'll miss bits.
You'll miss conversations and bits.
But you're not affecting what's happening on the screen.
And you basically play a kid.
Yeah, Benny Bryn.
Yeah, who right from being a little baby.
Yeah, you play him through his entire life.
Yeah, through his childhood and as he learns the piano, and then the synopsis, I guess, is that he is being taken to meet his maker at the end of his life.
The game starts with him with the ferryman.
Yeah,
and he's being taken
and he has to tell the story of
his life
to the ferryman
to see if he's worthy of moving on to the afterlife.
Yeah,
quite a deep, dark setup.
It is, and the first half is you telling that story to the ferryman.
Yeah,
And then the second half, without giving too much away, is basically when the ferryman turns around and says,
Calls you out on your lies.
I don't think you've told me everything.
Yeah, you've not
So
told me the
let's
full
go
truth.
back.
Let's go back, start again.
You've got if you've got any, he basically says, if you've got a chance of going to the afterlife for being judged, you need to be truthful.
Yep, the gatekeeper will see through your lies.
Yeah, and that's the second half of the game.
The second half is where you go through and find the true story of Benny's life.
Yeah, and what was true from the
first bit. Exactly, and it's very sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
It is sad. It's quite a gut punch when you realise what's going on.
I didn't care for the art style as much.
Okay,
I
didn't hate it.
No, I didn't hate it, but it was
cartoony.
Yeah, I don't know if the cartoonness of the style took away from the impact of the story a little bit.
Okay, that's
maybe
fair. That's a fair comment. I don't know why the ferryman was a dog.
No, he was a wolf.
A wolf or whatever he was.
Yeah,
don't think that needed to be a thing. But no, I thought the impact of the story, I thought was really powerful. I really enjoyed it actually. I'll put it out there. I thought it was a really good game. It's really short. But it was what, an hour at the most?
Yeah, I would say so. It's more like more of like a proof of concept for this.
Yeah, for this kind of stuff. Because there's points where you can't blink.
Yeah.
You have to keep your eyes open. There's points where you have to play it with your eyes closed. And if you blink, the thing that was annoying me was where every time the metronome come on, it made me jump and I blinked. And I just got cut away from the scene. So I missed quite a lot of it. But then when you go back for the second half, it makes sure that you get to see all the bits that you've missed.
And yes, like as you say, there's points where you have to close your eyes just so you can hear a conversation.
Yeah, if you want to try to hear a conversation in the next room, you got your eyes closed. Yeah. But it's really clever that if you open them, it stops. It knows it tracks your eyes constantly. It struggled with my glasses.
Yeah,
I had to take my glasses off to play it.
Okay, yeah, I didn't have mine on.
But other than that, I thought the gimmick worked really well. I thought
I didn't have any issues. I think it got disconnected a couple of times, but it went straight back on.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's just come out, funnily enough, it's just come out on the PlayStation VR.
Oh, right, okay.
So, because that's got eye tracking software involved.
So I actually think that would be a much more rewarding experience than playing it on my phone.
Agreed. It wasn't designed for a phone.
No.
It was been released on Steam 2021, I think it came out. So it was released on Steam as a Steam game that you use your webcam on your computer.
Yeah.
But also, if you haven't got a webcam, you can do it with your mouse.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the blinking. And then Netflix actually commissioned it to be ported to a game last year, the year before. And now it's just come out on the PlayStation VR 2, which has eye tracking software in.
Okay.
And they're giving it away free this month on PlayStation Plus. So if you've got PlayStation Plus, you can get it for free if you've got a PSVR 2.
I would say if you've got those capabilities, you've got VR, then give it a go.
Yeah, it's an hour. You'll enjoy it. It's a sad story, but it's a good, quite a rewarding tale of this kid's life.
This is easily the best game of the two we've played.
It very much is the best of the two that we've
for
played.
our burgeoning Netflix games table.
Yeah, we are keeping a stream table, but this one's at the top so far. So yeah, if you've got a spare hour, check out Before Your Eyes. You'll enjoy it.
It was a cool story.
It was a cool story, fun story, but also quite a sad story.
Yeah. But I thought it was rewarding.
Agreed.
I have chosen next week's game.
We hadn't discussed this before, and so I was just thinking, I wonder if he's picked one for next week. Cool.
I have.
Okay.
I think we're going in a bit of a different direction.
Nice.
So
we've gone quite arty-farty.
Yeah,
in too.
I feel like we're going away from that. So I would like us to have a go with this game for next week. Slay Away Camp 2.
Slay Away Camp 2.
Netflix and kill.
Oh, nice. Okay, this sounds fun. It's like a horror movie.
Yeah. That's what we're going to have a go at.
Yeah, have you got a synopsis? What happens? Do you know anything about
you
it?
play a killer going around slicing and dicing.
Oh, so it's like a
people
slasher movie, but you're the killer.
Yeah. But I also think it's a bit like Bomberman.
Oh, okay.
So it's that kind of setup.
I found it. It is currently installing.
So I think that's what we'll have a go with for next week, which is going to be vastly different to these two games
Very much
that
so.
we've seen so far.
Have you played the first one?
No.
No, not me.
Never heard of it before.
It'll be
really.
fine. Okay,
So-
that sounds fun. We will play that and report back next week.
Yeah, Slay Away Camp 2.
If you guys want to play them as well while you're not listening to our podcast, feel free. And then let us know what you think as well. We don't mind that.
Comment in the Discord.
Yeah. Or send
Probably
us
need a new channel in the Discord. We can get that set up.
There's plenty of channels in the Discord.
There
that's
are
fine.
many.
There are many.
channels.
Right, shall we just talk about what we're watching this week on the show and then move away from the wave?
Yeah, move away from the wave. Fine.
Move away from the wave.
So if
Don't
you
get
come
splashed.
back to this very feed on Thursday, we are going to be talking about Prey,
We are indeed.
a German horror movie, thriller.
Thriller. I don't
I
think it's
don't
a
think
horror
it's
movie.
horror, no. But it's not action either.
It's an
Thriller,
adventure
also
thriller, according to IMDb.
Okay, I'm good with that. Good with that.
Yes, some men on a stag do getting shot at.
Bros out in the woods.
Bros in the woods. I like
Yeah.
it. So yeah,
That's all I wanted to say before Thursday.
we will be back on Thursday to talk to you about that movie. Done. Wave out. Bye.
Cheers!
Bye.